Hello and welcome back to the Man Cave. I'm the UP Gamer, and today we're going to play some more Calibria Crystal Guardians. One of my last videos I had a request to show my Colossus team, and I'm going to do that. I'll go over all the runes, what skills I have, all that kind of stuff. So my current Colossus team consists of, well, let me show you. It's still him. And Druid, and Medusa. So this is my team. It's got one 5-star, one 4-star, and the rest are 3 stars. I'm running this. They all have lots of hit points and defense. The reason I'm running this as her as the lead is so all the dots stick from the Mummy and the Medusa, and she can lock them down in place. And this I'm doing normally between 2:15 and 2:45 for 2 minutes 45 seconds to 2 minutes 15 seconds, or reverse that. So that is my team. I will show you all the stats and what skills I'm using. So, Druid, you can see he's got about 40,000 hit points, 23 to 2400 defense, 76 speed, and that's what I'm running him at. That's the only thing that you really need on him. You want a lot of hit points, a lot of defense, and a lot of speed. For skills, this is just his normal one. This one gives us Thorn and a defense increase for 2 turns, which is great, and a counter for 1 turn, which is not a big deal. And then the Purifying Rain, so 20%, actually it's 50% hit point for all allies, and then grants 15% hit point regen for 2 more turns following that, so that keeps everybody up. Windwalker, I'm sure everybody knows why I'm using her. What skills? Normal skill, this is restore 1 hit ally to full energy, so they'll move again, and then her energy buff to make them attack quicker. I have her, well, just over 43,000 hit points. Her defense is a bit low. I'm at about 17, almost 1800 defense, and she's at 197 speed. I could get this faster, and she could also use some more hit, because she does, with her skill 1, put a slow on the target for 2 turns, which is very effective for this also. Medusa. That's her regular skill. Her second skill, and we'll poison them. It takes away their energy, which makes them move slower, and then it'll poison them if they get slow enough. And this one, 70% chance to petrify the targets, and I have that up to 90%. It's a 100% chance, so it just goes off her hit. Her hit is at 92%. Then with her plus 41%, she's only going to miss it rarely. She could definitely use a lot more defense, but the way we're running it, she does just fine. I got over 40,000 hit points on her as well, and she's got some speed. And the Mummy. Mummy's just over 30,000 hit points, but he's got a lot of defense. Got him with 78 speed, so he's about 180, almost 190 speed. No, 170 speed. He's got 41% hit. He could probably use a little bit more, but I'm not really too worried about it. His dots seem to land a lot. His skills, just his normal one there. Summon larvae to attack and poison for 3 turns. And then this one hits everybody and poisons target 2 times for 2 turns. And you can see all his skills are powered up. And who is my last one? Oh yeah, it's the Mantis. And the Mantis, the reason I use him is because he does defense break, or attack break on every one of his skills. 80% chance to reduce the target's attack rate. It's actually skilled up, so it's at 100%. This one does the same. That's, well, that one's 75% chance, and then this one, 85% chance to reduce the target's attack for 1 turn and prevent them from gaining buffs, which is great on the buff because he cannot get his attack buff if he lands this. Him, 33,000 hit points. He's over 2,500 defense. He could use some more speed, and his hit with the buff from Medusa is plenty high. And yeah, I mean, it's this fine. So we'll go to a run. You guys can see how this team works. And I was testing something out, and we'll go over that in a minute. And Medusa, and she needs to be the leader. And we don't need to do it auto. And I did want to say thank you to everyone that's been coming to the channel, making sure to like and subscribe to everything, and leaving comments. I appreciate it. You guys are really helping out the channel. Please continue to do that, and smash the like button, please. Sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties, but I'm back, and I'm just starting the run here. So you can see how my team works. Yep, she locks down everybody. The Flame Mantis puts attack break on everyone. Druid's healing, and Medusa and the Mummy are here just for the the debuffs, not the debuffs, the dots. So the poison. And it is pretty consistent. I mean, I do 5 runs all the time, and I'd say about 95% of the time they get through this with no problems. And moving on to the second stage. It's nice with Medusa because she just pretty much keeps everything locked down. Alright. Come on, hurry up. I'm just going to click on the boss to speed this up a little bit. Not the boss, the mid-boss. Once again, Medusa just locks everybody down, and the next time the boss takes a turn, he'll be dead, and we'll be moving on to the Colossus. If he survives that long, and he didn't. In Colossus, I'm going right for the Colossus, not hitting either eye. And there's the attack break. That's very important on this. Medusa locks down both the side towers, and then the Mummy and Medusa will start dotting them up. I'm sure you guys have seen this, but that's how I have this team put together to do just that. And from the Windwalker, she puts the slow on the boss. And it's going to be a little bit of a slower run, but no big deal. But you see, he just tried to get his attack buff. He can't because we have block buffs up here. That's what that one does. So that's pretty nice to have. So he can't even get his attack buff, plus he's attack broke, so he can survive that big blast in the middle when he hits 50% of life. And he'll be dead in a second. As soon as he moves again. And he's taking his sweet time. Come on now. And there you go. So 242, like I said, it's about 215 to 242 depending on how fast he moves and that kind of stuff. And we don't need to do that. Alright, so that's my team that I'm currently running. They're very consistent. Here's a little bit less consistent team, but it still does work, and it is a bit slower, but it's basically free to play. So instead of the Druid, you have the Cleric. So you can see with her, I have about 40,000 hit points. Well, 35,000 hit points. 1,800 defense, 64 speed, and she's just healing. And then the other replacement is the Necromancer. He's at 35,000 hit points at about 1,800 defense. He has a little bit of speed. I could use a lot more hit on him, so his freeze works, but he does work fine. I was testing this before I started this video. So you can see Mantis is a 3-star, Windwalker's a 3-star, Mummy's a 3-star. Everybody gets Cleric at the beginning of the game. She's a 3-star, and everybody can get the Necromancer from the crafting of your units. Then we're going to put him in first, so he does 33% hit points. And I will show you what this team does. Last one, about 2.5. This one's about 4 minutes, roughly, give or take. Alright, the first time I ran it with this team wiped, so I just jumped out. I'm going to do another one here, because they do sometimes wipe. Oh, you got one little freeze there. You can see the dots don't land nearly as often now with the 41% hit lead. And that's why I run Medusa normally as the lead for that specifically. And after this, I'll show you the skills and abilities on the Cleric and on Necromancer that I have. That Cleric needs to be healing a lot more than she is, obviously. Well, there's a little heal. There's the heal. There we go. All right. Finish this one up, then go to the mid-boss. And the mummy's back, full of life. And you can see that it is a bit slower. But it is a workable team that's basically free to play, so. Click the middle guy just to speed this up a little bit because we don't got all day. And he gets a freeze off, little heal. Come on now. And on to the boss. Usually you do fine once you get here. It's just that first stage if your mummy dies. So answer for that. Make your mummy, you know, more strong. Give him more hit points. Give him more defense. And some more hit because he can't land any dots. Come on. This is really going to take a long time if he can't land any dots. Jeez, they're taking their sweet time. Cleric here, she takes his buff off, which is nice. The Necromancer does a little bit of healing. And that's pretty much it. Just keep wailing away. Sometimes the Necromancer will freeze one of the towers, which is nice. But it's not mandatory on this level. Finally, he's getting some dots on him. Until I say something, and then he stops dotting. There we go, a couple more. Is he gonna die? Yes, cool. 318, so it wasn't that bad. So this is, like I said, basically a free team, or a free play team. It just might take you some time to get the guy that you need for summoning. Here, I'll go look. That's not a horrible rune. Craft. So there he is, and to get, which guy is it? This guy, Voodoo Walker. He's light and dark, so you'll have to find him in the secret dungeon. But everybody else is basically, you're going to be able to get them. The 4 stars, you're going to get a lot of 4 stars from doing summoning, so you should be able to get him there. His skills, 3, the freeze, 30% chance. He needs a lot of skill ups, obviously. He doesn't have any. And then here, 70% chance to erase 1 negative status effect from all allies except action lock effects. For each effect removed, restores 3% of own hit points. So he's going to heal, and that's what he does. And then he's got hit points for a leader ability. The cleric, I just have this heal on, the big one, and you can see it's all skilled up. And then this one, she gives attack buff and restores all allies' hit points by 20%. So that's what I have her on. Now, just so you know, in case you're wondering, my runes are full. But that first team, which is Mummy, the Mummy, Medusa, Windwalker, Druid, and the Flame Mantis, that is my team for Leviathan as well. The only thing different about Leviathan is when I get to the boss stage, I have to attack the right tower. It takes out the right tower so the boss can't have immunity, and then we kill the boss. So, with that being said, we do have a couple summons to do. We have 8 summons. I'm not expecting anything, but you never know. I really doubt I'm getting anything. Well, there's a yellow, Lumi, 4-star on the first pull. That's not bad luck. And we're still hoping for Shaman. As if you've watched any of my videos lately, you've heard me say over and over and over. 6 more. Windwalker. Flame Mantis. Yeah, he's actually a good unit. I like him. Attack break on every ability is nice. 3 more. Nothing. No more gold. 2 more. And last one. And it's blue. Alright guys, well, thank you for stopping by the Man Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll have this out relatively soon. Thank you to everyone for all the likes and the comments and the subs. I appreciate it. You're really helping the channel grow. When we get up around 500 subs, I'm going to do something special, giveaway or something. We'll figure out something to do. And if you have comments on that, leave those below as well. Until next time, I will catch you later.